Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. The biggest loser in the US-Iran war so far is clearly Iran. But who is the second biggest loser? It is the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP. This war has hit the CCP's global ambitions hard. It has also shattered their false confidence in their own military strength and abilities. The damage may be deeper than anyone can imagine. As President Trump said, this is the world's most powerful reset. So, how deep and how complete was the CCP's support for Iran? What losses did CCP personnel suffer in this war, and which military and defense scientists faced a new purge? Today, we will talk about these issues. We all know some about the CCP's support for Iran in weapons and equipment, but how deep and how wide was it? What exact areas did it cover? After checking reliable inside information from the CCP and doing comprehensive research and comparison, Canadian writer Sheng Xue told me that her shocking conclusion. She said the CCP helped Iran in every possible way because they wanted to fight a proxy war of attrition. In other words, the CCP knew that the United States would strike Iran sooner or later, so they helped Iran early with weapons, military factories, nuclear materials, and more. They wanted Iran to wear down America as much as possible. This way, when the CCP later attacks Taiwan, there would be less resistance. Of course, there's another reason. The CCP might also have wanted to use Iran as a testing ground for their own new weapons and equipment. After all, the CCP has not fought a real war for many years. They badly needed real battle data to test and improve their weapons. According to According to Sheng Xue's inside sources and research, the CCP provided Iran with weapons and equipment in 9 major areas. 1. Core early warning and radar systems. These include A. Anti-stealth detection networks, B. long-range surveillance and commander systems, and C, artillery locating radars. The CCP also opened high-precision Beidou 3 satellite data links and provided technical parts for over-the-horizon radars. Through this satellite support, Iran tried to gain a wider area strategic early warning beyond its own radar range. This is what the CCP once bragged about, radar equipment that could monitor up to 5,000 kilometers. 2. Missile technology and key parts. These included A. Solid fuel propulsion technology and ammonium perchlorate. 2. Guidance and control parts. C. Carbon fiber and heat resistance materials, mainly for missile warhead, re-entry vehicles, and rocket engine nozzles. These materials can greatly reduce missile weight, increase range, and protect the rocket from thousands of degrees of heat when it returns to the atmosphere at high speed. This was key technical help to give Iran real nuclear deterrent capability. 3. Drone industry chain support. These include A. Piston and rotary engines. The loud long molar sound of Iranian suicide drones comes from Chinese production lines. Many Iranian drones use core engines from China's MD550 series or similar models. The CCP used the gray area of military civilian dual use to send these engines, originally for civilian aircraft or industrial equipment, to Iran in large numbers. This gave Iran a very cheap and efficient power source for terror attacks. B. Iranian drones also fully use and deeply integrate the CCP's Beidou 3 navigation models. Unlike regular GPS that can be blocked, Beidou opened high-precision military B3A band support for Iran in 2026. 4. Nuclear Simon finished products and strategic reserves. These include A. Transfer of strategic underground defense technology. The Persian version of the CCP's underground Great Wall. The CCP has long been skilled at deep buried command centers and reinforced fortifications. Through special aid projects, this technology was deeply built into Iran's defense system. It was copied at core nuclear sites like Natas and Fordo. Western intelligence saw large amounts of Chinese special construction machines and fire-resistant materials flowing into Iran's central military zones since the middle 2020s. CCP engineering experts guided the site selection deep inside the granite mountains and provided high-performance anti-bunker composite materials. The goal was to create an absolute shelter that could block Western heavy penetrating weapons. B. Dual-use key parts for the nuclear cycle hidden nuclear supply. Tehran's nuclear program relied heavily on dual-use materials from Beijing. These include high-performance carbon fiber tubes for uranium enrichment, centrifuges, special vacuum valves resistance to uranium hexafluoride corrosion, and 5-axis CNC machines for precision work. These items were often labeled as civilian industrial goods and shipped through layers of proxy companies. Shen Xue called this modular nuclear proliferation. The CCP avoided handling over complete warheads, but supplied core subsystems that allowed quick breakout. Iran could turn civilian facilities into weapon-grade uranium production sites in a very short time. C. Space strategic intelligence output, Beidou and Gaofen as battlefield and arms. In the 2026 conflict, One hidden factor was that the CCP opened real-time, high-precision Middle East geospatial intelligence from its Gulfen high-resolution satellites and the Beidou 3 system to Tehran. Iran saw this data as an extra eye for nuclear deterrence. It helped mobile nuclear missile launchers plan hidden paths and make real-time weather corrections to avoid Western satellite tracking. 5. Autonomy and sovereignty cross-border penetration. These include a military-grade high-strength digital islands, the Persian version of the Great Firewall. To fight risks from Iranian cyber attacks like Stuxnet, CCP engineering teams helped Iran rebuild key communication protocols. They used physically isolated encrypted networks like China's. The system used domestic algorithms such as SM series to replace Western standards and build a digital fortress against outside intelligence. In essence, it exported totalitarian control technology to the Middle East frontline. B. Wide area electronic suppression system. The CCP also sent various ground-based electronic warfare systems to Tehran. Iran's military once saw this as ultimate weapon to defend its sovereign skies. The core was large-scale powering jamming of GPS signals and Western tactical communication bands. In early 2026 clashes, Iran used this to trap many low-end drones. This electronic expulsion ability became political capital for them to claim military independence and challenge the civilized world. 6. Generational leap in offensive anti-ship capabilities. This included the supersonic anti-ship missile CM-302 and the hypersonic missile Fatah. The Fatah's aerodynamic design and special heat-resistant materials are widely believed to draw deeply from the CCP's DF-17 hypersonic glide vehicle technology. This made Iran think they had absolute power to pierce global missile defense systems. 7. Space intelligence. The CCP's support to Tehran went far beyond traditional military satellites. They used large commercial remote sensing and low-orbit communication networks to build a deceptive quasi-military space web for Iran. 8. Underlying architecture of electronic warfare and strategic communications. Through core institutions like the China Academy of Space Technology, the CCP built a four-dimensional navigation, timing, and electromagnetic shielding system centered on Beidou 3. For Iran. At the same time, relying on advanced architecture from the China Electronics Technology Group's 29th Research Institute, Iran built multiple high-power active-phased array directional jamming systems. These used large numbers of third-generation semiconductor gallium nitride TR modules supplied in bulk by China. 9. Systematic support beyond traditional weapons. The CCP's help to Iran went far beyond selling or supporting weapons. It was full element militarization and semi-militarization. From digital surveillance networks to support dictatorship, to strategic chemical and energy supplies, to dual-use deep-water ports that changed the Persian Gulf's geography. The CCP tried to build a basic system for Tehran to resist US and global sanctions and military pressure. These include a cloud end-chain integrated social control black box from Huawei that combined sensing, tracking, storage, and traffic hijacking. It helped Iran build digital totalitarianism. There was also the supply of chemical resources and strategic reserves, including ammonium perchlorate, the key oxidizer for solid rocket propellants, and high-performance composite materials for rockets. Using the Belt and Road energy infrastructures as an excuse, the CCP helped Iran expand deep-water ports and build many reinforced rock bunkers around them to store Iran's copied submarine-launched cruise missiles. These had secret berths for mini submarines and submarines unmanned vehicles. In addition, the CCP helped Iran build a shadow financial system completely independent of SWIFT. This was not only a tool to evade international sanctions, but also Beijing's sovereignty shackle for financial control over Iran. One clear sign. Iran recently proposed that passage fee in the Hormuz Strait be paid in Chinese yuan. However, in real battle, the CCP's military technology and weapons suffered what is called dimensional reduction strikes in front of America's more advanced technology. The radar systems in particular seemed to fail completely from the start. According to inside information, during the first round of U.S. strikes on CCP targets in Iran, many personnel who were still providing technical support inside Iran were killed. These include 3 technical personnel from China Electronics 14th Research Institute who were responsible for anti-F-35 stealth radar detection, and 7 technical personnel from DJI who provided drones to Iran. In fact, because the CCP supplied so many complex weapons, military materials, and communication facilities, they had long sent about 500 to 600 military industrial experts to Iran for assistance. Among these experts, more than 70 had still not returned to China by March 23rd. It is believed they are dead. According to CCP inside sources, the total number of losses in this round of strikes may reach 300 people. In addition, because backdoors left in the Hikvision's urban surveillance system were used to locate Khamenei and other top Iranian officials, leading to their decapitation. Decapitation strikes, the CCP reportedly took away more than 300 people from Hikvision to investigate whether they were American spies. All the above comes from inside CCP information disclosed by Canadian writer Shen Xue. From public information, after the Iran war broke out, CCP military industry scientists and experts also faced a major purge. For example, in March, shortly after the US-Iran war began, people suddenly noticed that at least 17 heavyweight scientists had been quietly removed from the Chinese Academy of Sciences website. Most were in aviation, missiles, nuclear weapons, and electronic warfare. The most noticeable included Yang Wei, academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, chief designer of the J-20 fighter jet, and a leading figure in China's aviation industry. His profile disappeared from the Academy list on March 18th. According to Shen Xue, he was ordered to end his own life. Some reports added that this was allegedly because Xi Jinping was furious over issues related to the J-20 and battlefield performance. Of course, for this kind of information, we can never verify or disapprove it. Then you have Wu Manqing, his academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering and former general manager of China Electronics Technology Group. He long led China's electronic information and radar technology. His information was gone from officials' site by March 16. Then you have Zhao Xiangeng, academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering and former director of the China Academy of Engineering Physics, 9th Academy, involved in core nuclear weapons research. And then you have Wei Yigeng, academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering and former deputy general manager of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, a missile technology expert. Besides this, top scientists in key research areas also died mysteriously in recent times. This included two of the most important hypersonic weapon researchers, 68-year-old Fang Danning and 57-year-old Yan Hong. Also from March 23 to 25th, three academicians from the Chinese Academy of Sciences or Engineering died one after another. They were electronic and communication technology expert Li Youping, a founder of China's first-generation nuclear bomb telemetry system, military information technology expert Wei Zhenyao, and microelectronic scientist Wei Wu Dexin. Although all three were elderly, they had privileged medical care, so their sudden clustered deaths in just 3 days still felt suspicious. Many people guess that this latest purge is linked to the failure of equipment the CCP sold to Venezuela and Iran in actual combat. So, this Iran war has dealt a heavy blow to the CCP, not only geopolitically and economically, but also by exposing the true face of the military power they had bragged about for many years. The impact of this blow will be very far reaching. You could also say that the global pattern and order formed since World War II is now being fully reset. During this reset, how will US China relations change? What will the new world order look like afterwards? These are very big questions. We are truly living in a very interesting time and world. So please subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos and posts. Let us explore this interesting era and world together. Thank you all. See you next time.